I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice, to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop.
You think that's cute? Acting like that, man? You think that's cute, Mr. Perry? Mr. Robertson? Mr. Robertson, you got cops all over you today because you're threatening me. You're a threat to me. Not from Tulsa. Didn't you guys buy all them? I hear. I don't know. I don't know who leaks. I don't know who is in, who's not. But golly, they were wanting me to go to my storage unit. So you guys write it down, because we have. See, here's the thing. When you guys get caught, we've got an email out about it or something. And when I say I put something out, that could be to one person. It could be to a lot of people. It could be to one person. And the details of that are none of your business. You hacked me, you ought to see it. You watch every fucking thing I do on my phone. You're a hacker peeper. Peeper creeper. What's it like to be the guy that makes the hair on the back of everybody's neck stand on end, Mr. Perry? Not wanted, not loved, never on a date. Don't have anything real. You sit around and watch TV and bother everybody all day and make the hair on the back of everybody's neck stand on end. You too, David. You're just as weird. You are absolutely just as weird and cruel as fuck. And absolutely 100% of as much of the reason you guys get told on is Charles. It is not just Charles. It is you and Calvin. All absolutely 100% too. You're quoted all the time. Just you. So, for the record, we don't throw that away. We don't forget. We don't have Alzheimer's. It doesn't vanish into thin air. Can we not get her to go to her storage unit? What'd you guys do? Plant a murder weapon there? Only you need me to actually go? Because I've not been to my storage unit. Actually, what'd you do? Why do you want me to go to my storage unit? That's duly noted for the record, though. And we don't forget. I know y'all do. We don't. We say it once. If we have to say it again and again and again, it's because you're talking about it and you're recorded talking about it. Perry's looking around for his, for these recordings. But what's it like to be that guy, Mr. Perry? He's not going to get a date with her. You're that guy. I moved twice to get away from you and not have a fight. David, I moved twice to get away from Charles Perry and not have a fight. You're picking one. You're picking the fight. You came up to me. You hit me in the face. And this one, I hit back. So I hit you back. And you're crying and whining because you got hit back. Who the fuck does that? That's a bully. Why do you like to pick on women? Do you feel tough guy, David, when you pick on me? When you pick a fight with me, do you feel tough? You feel like a tough man? Does that make you feel all manned up? What about you, Princess Prissy Pants? You feel all manned up when you fuck up my apps and you pick on me. You feel like a man. You're not. Go pick on men. Go pick on a dude. You're not tough guy picking on women and children. You make everybody sick. You're making people sick. That's why it gets easier and easier and easier to get information. You fucked up my family and now we're mad. You fucked up my home and now we're mad. You fucked up, you guys like to isolate the victim and gaslight. Please note, we know. When we know, then it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work when we know. We know, David, Charles, Josh, Joe, Matt, all of you weirdos, your little weirdo club. We know. We've talked about it, and we don't have Alzheimer's. We document it. So when you talk about my ringtone, Richard, get a ringtone, Richard. We know, we document it. They want my ringtone. There's a recording that email came from. I heard the recording. I typed it up in an email. That's how that works. And even if I sent it to myself, it's still documented. It's been sent. That's there. And the thing is that you talk about it again. David is famous for, let the dust settle and we'll try again. We're like laughing. We're like, oh my God. So that's going to give us two. We won't just have one recording, we'll have two. They act like these things, dissipate into thin air. And we all have Alzheimer's and forgot they already talked about this. And they were already caught. They forget. It's like they have Alzheimer's. These are a bunch of old farts. Guys that can't get a fucking date with a woman. Can't figure out how to get women to like them. Pathetics. Picking on women and children. Very abusive men. Very cruel men. All of you are very cruel people. You got people hating your guts. That's how that works. When you take things that are important to family members, you rip family people apart. Mr. Perry, listen to me. I've known my family all my life. Gave birth to my children. I raised them. When you start ripping those type of relationships apart, people are going to hate you because we all love each other and you're taking something from us that's important and we don't like you. Somebody was talking to one of your guys and he was questioning your mental status because you did that. Does Mr. Perry know that Cynthia's family is Cynthia's family, not his own? He acts like he doesn't know. He acts like he has no idea. He's talking like that's his family. Does he know? Is he aware her family is not his family? That's her family. And I'll tell you something, bitch. I would never in a million... I know you're a serial killer. I knew when I got here. I know. I've been in this for 12 years, bitch. I was sent to Lubbock to catch you. My part was just to get you elected. You made this something altogether different. And thank God, I guess. Because what's happening is your criminal enterprise is crumbling like never before. We are getting information no one has. Nobody else has it. We have it. We have it. We know your code words, Muffin Man. You want to lead me, you want to lure me to this and lure me to that and lured Michael Neely to Pensacola. Charles, you're caught. Once you're caught, bitch, you're fucked. Listen, you act like you have not a clue what's happening. And we laugh at you. Wow, this is so easy. It's not even fair. That little bitch doesn't know what's happening. He has not a clue. You can tell by the way he acts. He doesn't know. He has no idea. Kind of like your legislative duties. You are not able to identify your legislative duties or what state you legislate in. Do you have Huntington's disease? That makes you paranoid and delusional. It makes you nutty. You need to be in a special needs facility. What about you, David? What's your excuse? So, we told you to leave me alone, and you don't. And so then you get caught. And that's been that way since the McNamara email. David, do you know when that was done? 7 years ago, David. You guys do the same thing every damn day. You do something to me, you get caught. You do something to me, you get caught. Well, we usually find out about it beforehand, not after. The McNamara email was sent in October 29, 2015. And then he carried it out in January. I had the information before, not after. Charles Perry has no idea what's happening. You can tell by the way he acts. So we get one ringtone. Get a ringtone. Well, she found out. She already knows. Okay, well, and she already knows you use her family. She already knows you use her family. You're trying to blow her family up. Okay, well, when you in her friendships and isolate her and gaslight her, and basically gaslighting is brainwashing. Except I have help, and I have help you can't get to. You guys have made all kinds of phone calls. Who has the recordings? We'll buy them. Did you get an offer? No. Guess what happens? We found out you did that. Listen, and I'm going to say it one time, you stupid fuck. You better figure it out. One time. We already know. We know you want me to go to my storage. You've been trying to frame me for a murder for a long time, and I'm not saying this in jail as an afterthought to try to explain something away. I'm saying it now, and I've said it over and over and over. First, you tried Caitlin Arquette, and you collected my cigarettes from now and my gum from now. And I've never held a gun. In my life, never held a gun. So these guys are like, we'll plant these cigarettes we've collected. I've changed up the cigarettes I smoke just to fuck with you. So that on any given night, what cigarettes was I smoking? I might have smoked 2 or 3 different brands in one night. I might have walked in the door with the kind I normally smoke, and I had 3 left, or 4 left, or 10 left. and then went out in the vending and bought another pack of a different brand, or had the bouncer run over to the grocery next door and buy a completely different brand. We did all kinds of things just to fuck with you on that. And I'm texting the waitress, Charles is having his guys take my cigarettes. Don't dump the ashtrays, just let them do it. Let's see what they do. My guys are like, it only takes like 3 or 4 cigarettes. They got bags and bags of all different brands. They have these fuckers are stupid. It's so easy. It's not even fair. So I'm like, okay, well, I met Charles in 2010. The murder of Caitlin Arquette was like 1980 something. I didn't know her. I didn't hang in the same circles with her. I didn't go to the same school. She hung out with drug people and I didn't. I mean, completely different lives. Completely different lives. I found out about that murder when I met her mom after she wrote the book. It was actually at a writer's conference. She laid the book down in front of me and I was like, what's this? She explained to me what happened to her daughter. So at that time, she'd already hired a PI. The PI already did an investigation, and they figured out who did it. And her mom wrote a book about it. And right now, I guess they already have somebody in jail, or finally have somebody in jail. It was a drug deal. There was like a drug world. She was dating somebody that was in that world and trying to break up with him, and they were worried she was going to talk. Shot her in the head, driving down the street. So I'm like, well, you'd have to have my handprints, and you'd have to have what my hands look like then, because there's incidentals that happen. You know, you burn yourself, you cut yourself, so now you got scarring and nicks and cuts on your handprints that weren't there back then. And I didn't meet Perry till 2010, so he didn't have access to my handprints until 2010 at least. See, I was raised in 4 generations of police, Mr. Perry. And you're dumb as a brick. I can outthink you in my sleep. Nobody has what we have. No one you know, not one of your victims, can quote what you said in one of your private little fucked up sicko meetings that makes the hair on the back of everybody's neck stand on end. Who the fuck does shit like that to people? And you're being stopped. Every time you're told on, you're being stopped, bitch. Mr. Robertson, I didn't pick a fight with you. You came up to me, you popped me in the face, and I'm kicking you in the nuts right back. Because some of us women, we fight back. We don't have to live abused and raped. We don't have to live starving, as it turns out. You heard of the Me Too movement? You're looking at Bill Clinton and Anthony Weiner and Roger Ailes and Harvey Weinstein. Really? You think we got to live like that now? Not now. You guys are on Planet Weird, and we're sick of it. Everybody's sick of y'all. And nobody owes you any explanation at all. Listen to me. When you go to somebody and you start grounding them and harassing them, is it you? Are you telling on us? They owe you no explanation, bitch. Nothing. They don't owe you shit. Please understand that. No one owes you shit. You are violating the law. You are violating us. And you're being stopped. Boo fucking who? You guys take your skirts off. Wipe the lipstick off your face. And understand nobody owes you a fucking thing. Why did you kill Lucky? Answer that. You owe us the answers on that. Why did you frame Mike? You owe us the answers on that. Charles Perry, nobody owes you a fucking thing. You are breaking the law. You know you're breaking the law. You're trying to cover it up and make me lie. You act like you have no idea what's happening. You can tell by the way that you act and the questions that you ask me. You don't know you have no clue what's happening. You're not able to properly assess the situation. You don't have any grasp on reality. We're very embarrassed by you. Very embarrassed by you. It's shameful. And the very sad thing is, people on the outside can see you have no idea what's happening. You act like you just don't know. It's sad. We've seen, our shrink and I have talked about how bad your mind has gone down just since I met you. Just since we started this. That's what she said. You can tell his mind is deteriorating. You can see a great decline in his thinking since the day we started this and you met him and today. A great decline in his ability to process information and remember things he doesn't know. Our guys get really pissed off. Why can't he just leave you alone for one day? Just leave you alone for one day while we finish up what we're doing. What if you say this? What if you say that? And I'm like, he doesn't understand me. He really, truly has no fucking idea what I just said. You can tell. It won't work. I wish it would, but it won't, because I'm talking to somebody who has not a fucking clue what I said. He's literally a mental veggie. He doesn't know what I said. And you can tell by the way he acts. You can tell by the shit he says. It's way far out there bizarre. It doesn't make any sense at all. So, I wish that would work, but it won't. He doesn't understand me. So, what do you do when you got to deal with that? I don't know. But when we catch something, it's caught, David. We thought you were the smart one, but maybe you're not. When we catch y'all talking about something that you're going to do to me to hurt me, we're going to take her car. We're going to take our car. We're going to take our car. We don't forget it, David. We remember it. We got it. It's recorded, and there's an email about it. And you don't know where else that went. Remember, we got 12 reporters in this Need to Know that know quite a bit. Some of them are not in the United States. So, when I say something, they've heard it too. I hear it before they do. So, please understand, we're doing that to protect ourselves, all of us, from your intent to harm. It is for that reason and that reason alone. They did not want you guys knowing there was even an investigation. They didn't want you to know that. But you were recorded trying to kill me so many times. They said, we better say that we're here. They can't know who we are, but we better at least let them know we're here, so maybe they won't kill you. Charles, we don't want you here. No one asked you to be here. You say some very bizarre things, and right now, if I were you, I'd be very careful about doing that. You don't understand a fucking thing I say, do you? Yep. It's very embarrassing to me. You embarrass me. You embarrass a lot of people. Because you don't make any sense at all. You have no idea what I'm saying, do you? It's like I might as well talk to it. Anyways, so I might as well go talk to go down to the nursing home. I don't know. Talk to those people. So, he's like, my great grandmother had Alzheimer's, and that's what this feels like. It feels like I'm talking to her, like when she had Alzheimer's, and she didn't even know who I was after a while, and then she didn't know who. Golly, I just watched her. First she forgot who I was, and then she'd ask me about every 5 minutes, and then she forgot who my parents were, and she'd ask me about every 5 minutes, and then she'd forget who. Then she finally forgot who my granny was, her daughter, and then she's asking for her mom and dad. Well, her mom and dad died, long. It was trying to explain it to her. She didn't understand a fucking thing he said, and then she'd forget it. That's what this feels like when I try to talk to Mr. Perry. He types in my computer when I'm doing these, like he thinks it's a conversation. He's a peeping Tom, and he's a hacker. Otherwise, he wouldn't know I'm recording this right now. I'm recording this. And he starts typing in my computer like he thinks this is us talking. No, we're not talking. You're a peeping Tom. You're an intruder. You're very creepy. You're fucking creepy is what you are. I don't like being peeped on. You don't have my consent for that. You never did. You're a weirdo. You're a sex weirdo. So when we record, when they get that recording in from You Want My Ringtone, and then we don't forget, and it doesn't dissipate, and we keep it. So then when you let the dust settle and try again, let's create a panacea. Make her think everything's fine, and it's not fine. We'll do this and this. Criminal something to her. And then let it, then we'll just try again. And then you start talking about it again. Now we got 2 recordings. And then we get 3. And then we get 4. We get like 75 to 100 about Richard and my ringtone and my shoe print. So, and David wanted me to go tan, because now there's another murder they were trying to frame me for. And this girl is, the witnesses, we heard the witnesses, y'all. We heard it. Somebody recorded that too, gave it to us. This girl that I saw is quite a bit heavier than Cynthia. Her hair is blonde, but it's a darker blonde. Cynthia's is white blonde. This girl is more brown blonde. And this girl is darker complected than Cynthia. So here's what they do. And we've said this before. This is not the first time. I'm repeating. Alzheimer's patients. We got to repeat ourselves. And then they respond in a way you can tell they have no fucking idea what I said. So, Charles, I want you to shut up. This is not a conversation. Get out of my life. Get out of my computer. No one cares what you think. You were not asked. Act like you understand me. I don't think you can. You're not even supposed to be talking. You act like we're talking here. We're not talking. Get out of my life. Stop typing in my computer. Get out of my... Stop peeping. That's a crime, you weirdo. You'll never get a date with me. If nothing else, because you do that. You're a peeping Tom. That is a huge turnoff to women. What a nasty thing to do. What a fucked up nasty thing to do. So, it's rape. You're raping me. So get off me, rapist. You're not loved. You're not wanted. You're fucking watching a TV show and imagining something that's there. It's not there, bitch. You're rejected. You're nothing to me. You disgust me. You make everybody creeped out and disturbed. So the Caitlyn thing didn't work out. I'm like, you don't know what kind of... I didn't smoke at all then. And the kind of gum I chew now, they didn't even make it then. And I'm texting the waitress, let them collect my cigarettes, and let's just see what they're gonna do with them. That's on the court docket, Mr. Perry. More than one court. That's there forever. Everyone can see it. Charles, you're gonna go to jail. You're not wanted. You're raping. I don't like you. I don't feel anything for you but deep, deep, deep disgust. Power guys can go find a woman that likes them. The 40 cops that help me, they got women that like them. They can get laid and you can't. They can get a real life date, a real life woman holding their real life hand, and you can't get anything like that. For 12 years, you're just rejected. Everybody hates your guts. You're nasty, you're cruel, you're mean, you're creepy, you're weirdo. If you liked women, you would do what women like. Women don't like being peeped on. You do everything that disgusts me. Our shrink has told the judge more than once, the one that grants investigatory orders, you invade my privacy, they invade yours. And they have a court order and you don't. You reap what you sow. You asked for it, David. You specifically, David, asked for it. So, you know, they can get real, Mr. Perry, you can't. And she tells the judge, this is not about a date. Mr. Perry does not want a date with a woman. If you want women, you do what women like. Cynthia's flat said, here's what I like in men. I like men that get off their ass and go work. And have something interesting to talk about. And go do something good in the world. No one likes being peeped on. And their money's stolen. And they lose their house and their car. And somebody butting into family relationships that I don't even want you in my life at all. Much less butting into my family relationships. I didn't introduce you to my family. I wouldn't take you around my family. I knew exactly what you were. So, I'm not going to take you around my family or my friends. You're dangerous. You're fucked up. You're not right in the head. You show that more and more by the day. You act like you have no idea what I'm saying. You never respond like you act like you understand me. It's like talking to a fucking mental veggie down at the nursing home. Literally. Because you never respond like a normal, thinking, logical, reasonable person. Nope. I need you to shut up. It isn't normal for you to watch me do this and then type a response in my computer. You're fucked up. Do you see other guys acting like you? So she goes, if he was into Charles, shut up. Just shut up, please. If he liked women, he would do what women like. She doesn't like being peeped on and hacked and robbed blind and starved and all that stuff he does to her. It's very abusive. It's a turnoff. So he's not interested in anything with her because he does everything she hates. And when he finds out she hates it, he does even more. He does, if it's something that she said, I like it when men do this. This is something I find very sexy, very attractive. Work. That's one thing that impressed me with Fabian. He worked very hard. I liked that. I thought that was sexy as fuck. And Perry won't do it. He sits on his fat, lazy ass, perverting around, watching TV, hitting buttons like a fucking monkey. A monkey could do that. It's very embarrassing, Perry. You're a turnoff. So you're not into women. You can't figure out how to get women to like you. I flat told you, here's what women like. Go do it. And you don't. You're not interested in women. You're interested in deviant men. You always have been. You're a little bit weird. But here's the thing. In this country, you can be fucking weird all you want. It's a free country. But when you start committing a crime with it, then everything changes. All of a sudden, it's different. All of a sudden, you can go into a fetish club, and they will do whatever weirdo, fucked up thing you want. You're in a club, not somebody's home. They are consenting parties. I'm not. So, you can go in a fetish club and you can have every weird sex thing done to you want. You can hire an escort and ask for some weirdo sex something. They'll do it. And in some, I think in Nevada, it's fine. But not in my house and not to me. You don't go in somebody's home against their will, without their consent, and fuck up their life and think they're going to want to have anything to do with you. And that's reason and logic, and you show you don't have any. You need to be in a special needs facility. You need that. That's medically necessary for you. From just a layman's point of view, I'm not your doctor, but I can tell you this, it isn't normal to peep and hack and take a woman's money and get abusive and butt into relationships you shouldn't even know about. You shouldn't even know my family. And I've heard conversations, they think maybe it's Jill, her Aunt Jill talking. Do you? I heard that recording. Yeah, okay. They think maybe it's Terry Wagner talking. Do you? Okay, well, I heard that recording. The gaslighting doesn't work on her. They wanted to say that when they were going to harass her, and then when she complained about it, she's harassing them. And they set this Facebook page up to make sure to document everything. That's a flat out lie. You're committing fraud upon a court, Perry, which that's kind of your thing, isn't it? You like lying. In court, under oath. You're going to go to jail for that. I promise you. I know you think you're not, but if I'm quoting what you just said, do you really still think you're not? I don't know. You think a lot of things. You think watching a woman on TV is a relationship. A monkey could do what you do. That is not impressive power, guys. Do not do that. Sit on their fat, lazy ass watching TV pretending that's their life. Nothing interesting to talk about. I already know what I did all day. You're just a bizarre bore. So, when we quote you, and we know who you think is talking, first of all, I'm not told that. I'm not told that. I'm not told that. I've said this over and over and over. I am not told that. Only a few people know that information. Because Charles likes to kill people, and David does too. If I find out who's leaking, I'll murder him. That's your thing. You guys like to lie. You're racketeering. This is organized crime. It just is. It is as organized crime as it gets. It's not just about stalking. It is about a sex exploitation thing. David, here's the thing. You start getting off on your little high horse and I'm God and I'm going to abuse women and get away with it. Not this time. Because if I'm quoting you, you're going to take my car. You want the title. You were just talking about where the title is, weren't you? Yep. So when you start talking about shit like that, David, and I'm quoting you, you really think you're getting away with it? If that's the case, you also are not all there. You're not grasping what's happening. You don't get it. You have no idea what's happening. It's stuff just goes right. We're talking above your head. You can tell by the way you act. You're talking.